Hey everybody, John here from Trigger Finger Shooting, and today I want to tell you about a trip I'm going to be taking. So I'm going to be flying from Chicago down to Texas. So I'm an Illinois resident and I have a Illinois concealed carry license, and I want to take my concealed carry firearm with me down to Texas on vacation. So that's good. So I want to take my concealed carry firearm with me to Texas. I've never flown with a firearm before, so this is a new experience for me. And I've read up on all the TSA guidelines, looked at all the airlines guidelines, flying United out of Chicago, and even called the United Help Desk, which was useless because they just read for me what was on the website. So they gave me no additional information. So anyway, I'm going to be flying down there, and here is how I'm going to pack it up. So I am using this little steel case. I actually use this case and keep that underneath the driver's seat in my car, so if I need to stow my concealed carry firearm away, I can do that underneath my car. So I've took this out of my car. I'm going to put it into this is actually just a carry-on luggage, so it's a small luggage. It's going to be warm weather there, so I'm packing light, lots of shorts, lots of t-shirts, and because I hope to have temperatures up in the 70s every day, and that's going to be much nicer than what it's been here in Illinois. And so I have a combination lock on there. This is not TSA combination, and because I'm going to be dressing lightly, I'm going to be taking my little LCP2, which is a little 380. This is just a nice little, beautiful little concealed carry gun. This was the first gun that I used for concealed carry, mainly because it was so small and very concealable. I put this on, and I don't even notice it. The only drawback is that you're a little bit limited on the capacity size. I actually have this 7-round magazine that I use. I carried in. I bought this extra. It came with 2 6-round magazines. So I have this one and this one here that came with it. So this is a 380 caliber. And don't ever knock the 380 caliber. It's a good caliber. And it's very well suitable for self-defense. I know some people are going to hate me because they love the 45 and they swear by it, or even something else. But 380 is an excellent caliber for concealed carry and for self-defense, especially at close range. And this is how I'm going to be packing it up. I have my little flag in there showing that it has an empty chamber in it. And I'm going to go to the check-in counter tomorrow at the airport and declare that I have a firearm in my suitcase, and then I need to fill out their little form, and they'll probably need to inspect it, so I'll have to open this up, show them that it's unloaded and in a hard case. I'll close it and make sure the combination is scrambled so nobody can get into it without really trying. And I do actually have this. I have the cable here running to the back of my suitcase and wrapped around the pole, and this has the handles that come out, and it has 2 poles that go down on the inside of the suitcase. So I have the cable wrapped around the pole, so if somebody opened up my suitcase, wanted to take this, at least that was going to slow them down a little bit, and hopefully they would see that it's not worth their time or effort and just put it back if somebody were tempted to want to try to steal my firearm. I hope that's not going to be the case. So anyway, I've done my research, and I guess I could actually put ammo in here. Obviously not inside the gun, because you can't travel with your gun loaded. It has to be unloaded. However, according to TSA, you can actually have your magazines full of ammo, and I was going to do that, but I'm in Texas. My brother has some hollow points down there, so I'm going to take his and use his ammo. And so I'm just going to leave it unloaded, because all I had was target loads. I was digging around in my gun cabinet and I could not find my self-defense ammo. But fortunately, my brother has some self-defense. And if you're interested in seeing that, look for the video of my little pink butter and jam video highlighting his SIG P238 that he has. It's a nice little gun. I really like his SIG P238. I would say it's even better than this one. But this is pretty good. This is half the price. And it shoots pretty good. But his is, yeah. The SIG is going to be a lot better than this gun. But I do like this gun. It shoots well. Great for concealed carry. It's nice and light. So I'm going to keep recording maybe tomorrow. And once we get to Texas, I'll let you know how it goes. All right. So this is how it went at the airport when I went to go check in my luggage. So we got to the airport about 2 hours ahead of time. Wanted to have plenty of time to make sure that we checked in early. Got there. I had no idea where to go to. Got to the airport and it was actually very busy. A lot busier than I was expecting it to be. But it was a spring break. And a lot of people were traveling. We walked in. There's hundreds of people around. And I was actually quite surprised because COVID's still going on. And I wasn't expecting it to be busy at all. So when I walked in, I'm nervous and confused, looking around, trying to figure out, okay, who do I talk to? And I know I needed to go to the check-in counter, but I've heard that, you're supposed to go to the oversized luggage check-in counter or special services check-in counter. And saw this lady who was sort of directing traffic, pointing people where they should go. I asked her where I needed to go to check in a firearm. And she said, oh, you need to go over here to the special services counter. So we did that, went over there, went up to the counter, which was great, actually, because it put us to the front of the line, because there's hardly anybody at the special services counter. Went up there and got to the front of the line. And I told the lady I needed to declare a firearm. And she's like, okay, just need for you to fill out this card. Actually, I didn't need to fill it out, just need to sign it and date it. And put in my flight number, etc. on there. And then she initialed it. After verifying that my firearm was unloaded, I had to open up my luggage. And I opened up my steel case that my gun was in. Showed her that it was unloaded. I didn't touch the gun or anything like that because I had the flag in there and pointed to that and said, yeah, it's unloaded. And there's no ammo in there, so I didn't have to worry about that. And even though I could have had ammo in there, as long as it was either in the box or in the magazine, and that would have been fine too. So I filled out the card, signed the card. She put my luggage sticker tag on there, on the card itself. And she initialed it, and it went into my gun case. And I locked the gun case, scrambled the combo on it, zipped up my suitcase, and locked it. And then she grabbed that, and she walked around the counter and had me follow her. Went around back behind the check-in counter, and they had an x-ray machine back there. And she put on the conveyor belt, ran it through the x-ray machine, and the person who was operating the x-ray machine gave it a thumbs up, and so it was all good to go. And I went through security just like I would normally do. And I had a layover in where was that? I had a layover in Houston on my way there, so we were switching planes. We went from a big plane to a very small plane, and so I don't know if that had much of a difference or not. So we got to Houston, switched planes, and then we went on to Brownsville. And in Brownsville, I think we're the only plane there that had just come in, because there was nobody else there in the airport. It was just our plane, and there's probably less than 100 people. We probably had somewhere between 60 and 80 people on the plane. It was because it was a very small plane. 3 crossed on the plane, and everybody's luggage was coming off on the conveyor belt. So my luggage came off. Mine was actually the very last piece of luggage to come off. And here it is. coming down the general luggage in Brownsville. I guess there's the last one off, but they had no special place to pick it up here in Brownsville. It's a pretty small airport though. But it's a pretty small airport, but there's no special place to pick it up here in Brownsville. And here comes my baggage. Mine came off, my gun was still there, so I was happy. Spent the rest of my vacation time there in Texas. Spent some time in South Padre Island. So I was glad I was able to go and carry my gun. My forehead's peeling because I got sunburned while I was there, but hey, it's vacation. You're supposed to get sunburned. Now on the way back, same type of thing. Went to the airport there in Brownsville. Got checked in. And this time, there's only one check-in person, so it wasn't very confusing. I was a little bit concerned at first that because it was one check-in person, maybe this person isn't qualified to sign off on that. We'll see what happens. I walk up. She says, "Okay, I'll take care of you." Hands me the little pink card, or the orange card. I sign it, date it. She puts my luggage sticker on it. I open up the suitcase, open up my gun case, and she initials it. And I put the card in there, close it up, lock it up, locked up my suitcase, and off we go. Very easy. And got to Chicago, and when I was in Chicago, I was kind of trying to figure out, okay, where am I going to pick up my luggage? Okay, let's see if my baggage comes off here in the baggage services office or on the conveyor. There's my baggage. I know that there's a special services office there, so I figured they'd probably take it here. And I went up, actually asked the guy there in the office, and he said, "Oh no, it's going to be out there in the carousel." Okay. So I walked out there, and my wife was flagging me down, said, "Oh, it's here." So I went over to the carousel, pulled off of the carousel, along with everybody else's luggage was there too. So I think it was supposed to go off to the side office. So I guess I was a little disappointed that it didn't go to the luggage office, but came off with the carousel. But I got my gun, and that's the most important thing. Got to travel with it, and it turned out to be really easy, actually. So if you want to travel, just kind of read up a little bit, watch the TSA videos, and you should have no problems. Now, if you're going to a state like New York, no, I hear it's not the place you want to go. If you can't carry your gun there, do not take your gun to the airport there. So that was my story. I was nervous about it, and actually, even when we first checked in, my wife was like, "Wow, that's easy," and she was shocked at how easy it is for me to be able to travel with a firearm. It really wasn't that bad. So, but make sure you check all the laws. Don't make sure you check out all the laws where you're going to, and be smart, but don't be scared. Be sure to like and subscribe.